It's disgusting. Friends, it's a very simple argument, okay? I'll walk you through it and try to help you. But if a lady was under duress, if she was under shame, if she was under frustration, if she just didn't know what to do, and so in response she murdered her 2-year-old child, what would we do? Oh, you're just a victim. No. She would be held accountable under the penalty of law. If the 2-year-old is a child, why not the 2-day-old? You understand? A just nation has equal protection for all children, no matter their age and no matter their size, and equal justice for those who murder the child, even if, including the mother who murders a child in the womb. But here's a question. Well, what if she was coerced? What if she was forced? Like, guys, we already deal with murder that way, right? So if someone in some wild scenario forces you to murder someone else, then we're going to deal with it in a different way in the courts, right? You'll figure that out in the courts. That happens, okay? But if someone murders a 5-year-old child, everyone involved should be held accountable. Otherwise, you're not a just nation. And so this must be true of child sacrifice as well. I'm not trying to pick on mothers. I'm just saying everyone. The mother, the father, whoever's involved, the abortion clinic, whoever is involved in the destruction of life, the murder of children, must be held accountable by law, and the preborn child must be treated as an actual human person because he or she is. Deuteronomy 16:19, God says to Israel, though I understand it's Israel, but we can apply this. You shall not pervert justice. You shall not show partiality. You can't show partiality. You don't want to give just the 10-year-old or the 15-year-old or the 88-year-old who's murdered one set of justice and the baby murdered inside the womb another set of justice, or actually injustice. And we got a question this morning. Do we want to be a nation of bloodshed or a nation of justice? A just nation will not tolerate any person who sacrificed a child. And actually, I'm going to just say this. I personally have a much higher view of women than many, even in the pro-life movement. I don't think women are unthinking dolts. I see them as made in the image of God. I think that women understand what personhood is. In fact, I would argue that women are so beautifully created in the image of God that even above men, they understand the life inside them is not just a clump of cells. They know it's a baby. I'm saying a woman is not a second victim of abortion any more than a terrorist is a second victim of a bomb exploding across his chest. These are lies and deceitful tactics, and we have to reject them. Now, if a woman is dragged to an abortion clinic against her will, that's different. And it should be handled differently. But research it. That's minimal stuff. And we can handle that differently and understand it differently. But if a woman is scared or worried about her career or she's ashamed and she just kills the child, that's her answer. She's not a victim, she's a murderer. The same would be true if she did that to her 10-year-old boy. If you have a problem understanding the argument, picture the child as not 10 days after conception, but picture him as 10 years old. And what would we do in our nation if that woman killed a 10-year-old? We would be appalled. It would be abhorrent. Now, I get it. I'm belaboring the point, but I'm trying to help us see past the very heavy lies that we have to cut through in our nation today. A just society shows no partiality and gives equal protection and equal justice for all. I don't care if you're black, if you're white, if you're yellow, if you're red, if you're purple. I don't care your skin color. I don't care if you're a male or a female. I don't care if you're really tall or if you're really short or if you're really old or you're really young. We live in a nation that should be for equal protection and equal justice for all, because this is God's way. And we must learn from Nineveh. Woe to the bloody city, all full of lies and plunder, no end to the prey. All persons involved in the murder of preborn children should be held accountable in a just land. And our laws should reflect that. Otherwise, we'll continue to be a city of bloodshed. We must end child sacrifice. I'll say as plainly as I can. Abortion in all circumstances. What about rape? What about incest? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me that you want to chop a child's head off because its dad sinned? That's sick. Now we got to be compassionate. And we got to be merciful. And we ought to walk through these things with young women who have been battered and harmed. Yes, amen, of course, of course. But you don't murder a child for the sin of its parents. And so, abortion in all circumstances, without exception, must be outlawed in this nation.